Hello and welcome to Nice to Meet You, a place in the industry where we want to strengthen relationships by highlighting what others are doing in the business. My name is Denise, and today my guest is Stuart Anderson from Crown Counsel. Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Denise. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Let's just get right into it. And why don't you tell everyone a little about yourself and what you're doing?
Sure. Yeah. Happy to be here. Honored that you would ask me to be on your show. Hey, so I work at the Crown Counsel offices. I have worked here for many years. I won't even tell you how many years. Because do I look old? You said I look young, so I won't reveal my age.
He's looking young, like a young buck, guys. You should see his profile picture. Very young.
Nice. So, Crown Counsel is a membership. It's an association of the best dental practices across the country. And our mission or purpose is to help those dental practices train the culture and environment of the team so that they find success in all areas of the dental practice. So a lot of what we do or what I do revolves around creating different tools, whether it's online training tools, humanitarian trips, a charity program. Everything that we do encompasses how can I make a dental team work better together and in turn help patients stay in the practice.
Yes. And for everyone who's watching, they're amazing at this. They set the standard. In fact, one of the things that they do is they have a live stream on Thursdays. And that's where I got inspired to do this, is because Stuart, we're friends, Stu. Okay. So that's
Okay, good.
I'm not going to say Stuart is too professional. Let's just go be friends. So what Stu is doing is they host a live stream and they interview different people that are part of the Crown Counsel. I was fortunate enough to be interviewed, but watching it, I usually catch it almost every week, Stu.
Yeah, you do.
I might be your number one fan there.
I think you are.
But I got the idea to do this. So you have inspired me through that show and many other things to kind of set a foundation even for what I'm doing. So let me ask you this. What are some things that have inspired you that you can use, like how I've been inspired by you? What's inspired you?
Sure. So in my line of work, I get to associate with hundreds, if not thousands of dental practices and dental team members every day. So my life revolves around talking to the best dental practices, what they're doing, how they're serving patients. I watch them work together to make a true difference in the world. What's crazy is a lot of dental practices, they feel like they're practicing alone. So they're out working, they're doing their thing, and they're grinding on their own. What I get to see is all of those practices across the United States and Canada working and serving and trying to create a better environment for patients. And for me, that is inspiring. So every night or every morning when I go to work or start brainstorming about how to make Crown Counsel better, I think about all of these incredible dental teams who are serving patients and making life better for patients just by showing up to work and offering great service. And that inspires me to provide the Crown Counsel to everyone to make them better. So
yeah, you're such an integral part of that too. Trust me.
Thanks.
No. So what are you doing then to change things in the industry?
Sure. One of the biggest things that Crown Counsel does is we provide an opportunity outside, not outside the box thinking necessarily, but we encourage all practices to do good. And I know the dental practices do good as a whole. I mean, you're serving the community, you're serving patients, but beyond that, we hope that every dental practice finds a way to do good together outside of the practice or in the practice, whether it's charitable work or humanitarian trips. And so right now, a lot of my time, a lot of my focus revolves around the Smiles for Life Foundation. It's a charity whitening program that all Crown Counsel offices are encouraged to do. And through our partners at UltraDent, they donate whitening to the practices. And then those practices donate their time and service by whitening patients' teeth and then donating the money to either the Smiles for Life Foundation or local charities. And over the last 26 years, Smiles for Life has raised almost $48 million for children's charities. So for me, that is one thing that I love to do that will not only change lives, but change the industry and provide a great way for teams. Smiles for Life does three things. It helps kids.
Right.
It brings dental teams together in a good cause, and it also creates incredible patient flow to a practice as a practice sets itself aside from the others in the community as a practice that's doing good. So that's what I hope. One thing that we're doing to create change inside the industry. Yeah.
Since the office that I worked for before, we were very much involved in the Smiles for Life. So I can say that when we would rally up and get it going and get everyone involved, it did bring the patients together. It did bring the team together. And it was just all working for a great cause. And it's just, I think it's amazing what you all are doing in that direction. But tell us about the humanitarian trips. A lot of people may not know what you're doing. I'm planning, hopefully, next year to go to one.
So 4 times a year, the Crown Council sponsors a humanitarian trip to either the Dominican Republic or Guatemala. A lot of times the barrier for attending a humanitarian trip is, how do I plan it? Where do I go? Who are we serving? It's a lot of logistical nightmare, really, to travel with a dental team to the middle of a third world country. So Crown Council puts in place all of the things that a dental team would want when they're traveling outside of our country to participate in a humanitarian trip. So a lot of our offices use Smiles for Life to donate into the humanitarian trips. And through that money, through Smiles for Life, we fund to some of the poorest communities that you can possibly imagine. And the neat thing about our humanitarian trips is we partner with in-country hosts, and those in-country hosts bring dental students from their local dental schools. Crown Council doctors mentor those young natives from either the Dominican or Guatemala to learn how to serve their own communities. So when we leave, they are trained and can and take our place when we don't go anymore or we go find other communities. So right now there's a team of about 60 in the Dominican Republic, and this is our 3rd trip in the last 60 days. Because we didn't have any trips for the last 2 years. So it's been really fun to watch dental teams flock to the humanitarian trips. Very good.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm planning. I have some speaking things coming up, so I'm trying to figure out the dates, and I'm going to be on one of those. I've been wanting to do it for a long time.
The neatest thing about a humanitarian trip is the dental teams that go, they find a different level of their relationships when they go and serve and they do something hard together. As they're serving in those communities, these dental teams, they come home and they serve their patients better. They serve their families better. It is just an incredible experience that brings the environment and culture of a practice to the next level.
That's awesome. I love it.
Next level success.
Well, I've got to tell all you out there, if you are not, you're hiding under a rock if you don't know about Crown Council. But if I would suggest any of you, if watching this, if you haven't checked it out, check them out. Go and see what they're about. They're the real deal. They're doing good. They've set the foundation for me for next level to success. Something they always say, and something you guys say, copy genius. I copy you guys. I don't plagiarize. I just copy genius. Take a little twist.
Copy genius. Don't create mediocrity, Denise.
That's right. That's right. So thank you, Stu, for coming on. You've been an inspiration. I hope that somebody watches this and wants to participate and do what you all are doing and be part of it. It is the real thing. And one thing I didn't touch on, the annual event, which I love. So one more thing, tell us about that before we go.
So one of the items that we always recommend to the best dental practices is every 90 days, they need to have some sort of camping trip. And I don't mean camping in a tent, but similar, where they are out of the office doing something together. And so the Crown Council provides a few opportunities for dental teams to get out of the practice, to have a camping experience together. And one of those is the Crown Council's annual event. It's the annual gathering of all Crown Council teams. It's the non-dental dental meeting, the
Right.
best non-dental
Literally.
dental. We focus on building culture. We focus on
Right.
building your team.
Mhm.
Very, very little clinical, if at all, clinical talk at the annual event. We have a awesome awards program where we recognize the best in the industry. We're inside 90 days, if you can believe that. So we'll meet the end. If Denise posts this video, we are going to meet the end of January in Salt Lake City. But we do it every year as our 28th annual gathering. So
Yes, and I got a doing good award last year, everyone. So,
yes,
or acknowledgement, I should say.
that was
That was
fun.
awesome.
Very
Well,
awesome.
thank you for coming on, talking to everyone. You know, I have nothing but love for y'all over there. And
Thank you.
until next time, everyone, make it
Thank you.
happen.
Okay.